The images psychics receive are not always clear ones. Often they are fragmentary and need to be put together like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle.
I have summoned you here for a purpose. This is my command. Destroy the Matrix.
When you receive a precognitive vision of an individual, do you ever feel prompted to share this vision with the individual? And how do you know whether to share these visions with the individual?
Well, there was a time when I would share memories of the future with individuals whom I had personal acquaintanceships with, especially when I knew that there was an imminent threat involving a potential for death or serious physical harm that was going to befall them. But instead of taking immediate action to avoid walking into the disasters that I saw coming for them, what would usually happen is that these individuals would be dismissive of me sharing my interpretations of the energy surrounding them and the karmic forces at play. So sometimes warning people doesn't help at all. Precognitive visions only make sense in hindsight. Therefore, I've learned that no matter what the outcome will be, some things just cannot be prevented. And many foreseen events are just meant to occur.
I was wondering, what proof or evidence are you willing to provide to skeptics to prove that your visions or precognitive messages are valid or authentic?
Well, being that we're in a post-trust day and age of sentient artificial intelligence, digital manipulation, graphics editing software applications, and computer-generated imaging technology designed to distract individuals from the truth in front of them, many people aren't sure of anything anymore. So it's extremely important to always ask questions and to leave no stone unturned when it comes to the pursuit of truth, in seeking answers that refine instincts and that aid in the constructive development of one's personal discernment. With regards to the examination of any of the screenshots of recorded and documented precognitive visions that I share in video presentations in order to determine their authenticity, I'm always willing to forward the emails that these screenshots are taken from directly to anyone who may be interested. This way, the individual requesting them can take a closer look at the timestamps and other details, and then they can make a wise and insightful decision for themselves by distinguishing between whether or not the screenshots that I share in these video presentations on the subject of precognition are indeed genuine. But now, if that doesn't suffice for them as far as underlying evidence goes, then so be it. Personally, I really couldn't care less about actively working to convince anyone of anything, nor will I ever bury my own unique gifts and special abilities in order to preserve someone else's illusions. The only thing that I'm interested in staying focused on is providing useful information for those source code beings with eyes to see, and for anyone else whom can appreciate the information that's being shared. See, our paraphysical gifts allows us to utilize spatiotemporal cognition and biological signal sensing for anticipatory intelligence purposes in accurately measuring and detecting an individual's energetic signature, their charged density plasma frequencies, as well as the waning presence of their life force activity. Now, while some may find this to be unsettling, intimately embracing these precognitive life sensibilities are not about morbid fascination. Rather, it's about expanding our perspective on the supreme actuality of what reality truly is, which not only speaks directly to our quest of remembrance and deeper understanding, it also reveals to us secrets that the communication media headlines do not share, by shining a sterilizing, disinfectant light onto the shadows of tomorrow that are hidden beyond the etheric barriers, disruption narratives, interactive fiction, anthropocentrism, complicated illogical sequences, and the socio-cultural programming being projected by this ever-expanding matrix control mechanism that's designed to distort the public's consciousness, manipulate thought patterns, exploit the empathy of the population, and that attempts to prevent awakening ones from developing their true spiritual potential in this age of deception.
I'm a particular reason. What's big?
Life person.
Within this third dimensional realm here on our sister Earth, the shedding of blood, along with the release of one's vital life force during meticulously orchestrated ritual sacrifices of both celebrated establishment figures and others who are unwillingly pushed out of their physical material avatars, they most oftentimes precede ceremonies in which blessings and career advancement are sought from secret societies and various low-level astral entities, as the lifetime campaign of the selected individual that would have been is deliberately and intentionally cut short, surrendered to what is, all for the purposes of harnessing one's spiritual essence, control of their biological frequencies, and for the extraction and consumption of soul vibrational energy.
They asked me to offer my son. They asked me to go into some intimate relationship with my own mother. They've asked me to sacrifice such person in a car crash. You see, in the physical realm, it will be like a car crash, a cancer, something, but somebody has offered them because they have the same blood.
If somebody who was too smart ahead of her time and has a weird death and is connected somehow to a devil worshiping, it is considered a sacrifice, and the culture enjoys it. The culture enjoys sacrifice.
I could foretell people's deaths. Lord, why have you given me these unholy visions of doom?
I've got one that can see.
We live in a universe where magic and technology define nature every day.
It's always important to keep in mind that the development of all of our divine gifts, esoteric and occult magic, and psionic and psychokinetic special abilities relies solely upon us challenging the assumption that disbelief is rational, and by expanding and amplifying our cosmic awareness of the basic principle that the laws of physics are optional, that time is not a direction, but rather an accessible landscape, and that what gets classified as supernatural powers and paranormal phenomenon are just merely aspects of spiritual science. So just as I've shared in previous video presentations on the subject of precognition, here are some more examples that I'm going to share of observational density effects of predictive historical siphon events in the form of orchestrated ritual sacrifices of public figures that I recorded and documented well in advance of these geopolitical performances ever occurring and before they were ever reported by the establishment's broadcasting and publishing outlets. Beginning with soul music recording artist, musician, and producer, D'Angelo.
You never want to be at a place where you feel like you've arrived. It's always an upward incline. You know, that's what a true artist is supposed to be doing, and constantly growing. And it all boils down to what you're in it for.
Yeah.
What's your motivation? What's your true intent?
Yeah.
And my intention is to make art.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to I don't know, let the spirits, whatever's guiding me, let that. I just want to be a conduit of that. You know.
This what happened to D'Angelo was a straight fucker sacrifice. Now I guess to say allegedly, but if you get it, then you got it. Catch that on fleek.
Film actor Val Kilmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Val Kilmer. Val!
Legendary model and actress, the lovely Mara Corday.
Mara Corday shows up sporting a very nice tan, and she'll keep the tan in this black and gold cotton print halter dress.
Absolutely smoking hot. In the 1950s and early 1960s, Mara was it.
Former child star television actress Danielle Spencer.
It seems to me you've got some work you could be doing too, young lady.
I know my work.
Huh? Is that right?
Yes, Mama.
Then how come you got a C in spelling?
Because that dumb teacher misspelled A.
Rock music legends Ace Frehley, and Ozzy Osbourne.
Is it possible that there's some sick cult out there that looks at these rock stars and has decided over the years to kill them off?
Wow, now that'd make a good movie.
It would be a good movie. You're gonna have to write it.
That's
But
so
what
you
do
give me.
think?
I have to co-credit you, but yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll do that for you. But
Just send a check.
Yeah.
Musician and businessman Victor Conte. World-renowned forensic pathologist Dr. Cyril Wecht.
Today marks 60 years since President John F. Kennedy was assassinated.
And we've been taking a look back. This morning, Michelle has a one-on-one interview with Dr. Cyril Wecht, who's been focusing on the president's death for the last 60 years. I'm really interested to hear what he had to say.
Oh, he has a lot to say. Dr. Wecht, the former coroner in Allegheny County, has examined all the evidence, and he thinks there was a cover-up.
Cinema icon Claudia Cardinale. Award-winning singer, songwriter, and musician Roberta Flack.
My mother used to look at me and shake her head because she didn't understand my mind, you know. I've always been, in my family, considered sort of different.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the manager.
World Wrestling Federation superstars. From the iconic tag team, the Wild Samoans, Sika Anoa'i. And his tag team partner and brother, Afa Anoa'i.
It looked like witchcraft, bro. Like, what is this?
These are sacrifices. Plain and simple. And somebody shook hands about it.
When I was 10 years old and I saw professional wrestling on my TV for the very first time, the first two guys I saw were Afa and Sika. And I was mesmerized.
Former world champion, the one and only Psycho Sid.
I'm gonna tell you something, boy. You don't give me the night off. You don't give me nothing but respect. I'm tired of...
Sid. S-I-D. Suddenly I'm dominant. Probably thought that when he was about 12 years old. He was over 6 feet tall when he's 12 years old. He has been a dominating force here in the World Wrestling Federation for some time, and now his moment has arrived.
Film and television actress Lonnie Anderson. Activist Asada Shakur.
Joanne Chesmaird was convicted in the 1973 execution-style killing of Trooper Werner Forrester on the New Jersey Turnpike. In 1979, she escaped prison and fled to Cuba. Authorities say they are committed to bringing her to justice.
Entrepreneurial businessman, founder of famous Amos brand cookies, Mr. Wally Amos.
I've been selling cookies for 40 years. And for a long time, I actually thought I was selling cookies. But it occurred to me that I wasn't selling cookies. I was selling happiness.
Actress, dancer, and comedian Terry Garr.
I like victims of show business. It makes people nuts. You know, it's like Faust. You sell your soul to the devil. You get all this money, you get all this fame, and you trade it in for being a real person.
Legendary country music recording artist Toby Keith. Music recording artist Rich Homie Quan. Music industry executive Irv Gotti.
These folks that do this music, whenever they begin to get glory or begin to be lifted up, they always have to be sacrificed. They always have to be offered up. That's how serious this thing is.
Once you're a part of this group, you can't go against it at all. And if you do, you're dead, right?
And the former star of the television series Dennis the Menace. Film and television actor Jay North.
I'm sick of Dennis the Menace. I hate Dennis the Menace. I thought Dennis the Menace was a piece of garbage. I wouldn't watch the show for anything in the world. The only reason I'd watch it would be to make myself sick to my stomach if I wanted to do that. I absolutely despise that show, and I'm sorry that I was ever associated with it. It's an evil, vile system. The people in it who run it are cruel, they are insensitive, they don't care about anybody but making money. And they don't care. People in Hollywood would cut their own mother's throats. And my advice would be for people to just keep their kids out of show business altogether, because it just destroys lives. There's no reality base for these children whatsoever.
What will you do? What will make Jay North happy?
I can go on with my life now, but I can't forget the pain of those years. I mean, you can't forget it. But I think now I can go on with my life and I can find a happy life, because I'm not a slave to Hollywood anymore. I'm not a slave to my aunt and uncle, and I'm not a slave to the public. I don't owe anybody a damn thing. I just have to concentrate on making myself happy now. I gave those people years of happiness. I gave my childhood to make them happy. And now I want to concentrate on making myself happy now, and to hell with everybody else.
One final note, recently Jay got married to a woman from Yugoslavia. A few months ago, she watched an episode of Dennis the Menace for the very first time. She fell asleep. Jay North says that was the ultimate compliment.
This isn't just another celebrity death. This is something far, far darker.
We will determine who is essential.
You want to be in the world of celebrity? Prepare to give up your own life early, as well as friends and family, because we see it day after day. And again, the greater takeaway is they're killing people ritualistically. And sadly, there will be more.